Can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness turns tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Good evening, good people. Good evening. Welcome to the Infamous channel. My name is Sylvia. I am Infamous Sylvia. To those who are new to this channel, welcome. I am so glad and okay, I just hit the button and I kicked myself off. What is the last thing you heard me say? What is the last thing you guys heard me say? Because I kicked myself off by mistake and I don't know what is going on. But what did you guys just hear me say? Because I might have to repeat myself. And I don't like repeating, but I will do it for you guys. What did you hear me say? Did you hear me say welcome to those who are new here? Did you hear me say my name? You did hear me say welcome if you are new. Okay, thank you so much, Susie, for that. Okay, welcome to those who are new to my channel. My name is Sylvia. I am Infamous Sylvia, what you call a trial vlogger. I travel from trial to trial, giving you guys an insight, something that the camera does not give you. I try to make it personal. I try to give you a feel of you being inside the courtroom, okay? This court situation, I have been limited to what I can say and do, but you know what? Every judge has their own way of handling their courtroom. So this time I did not show my ability of what I can bring to you guys. But nevertheless, we keep on trucking, right? Okay. And I want to tell you, my other desire, I've always wanted to be a school teacher. And one of the things I decided, since I never could fulfill my dream of being a school teacher, I decided to have classroom on my channel. So you guys are my students, okay? And I like class participation. You get extra credit for class participation, okay? Today, I am not showing my face because you know what? No face, no case. So I will not show my face. One of my wonderful students was gracious enough to do a PowerPoint for us this evening as we come about on talking about this case. This is the night before the actual deliberation of the case of Tara Baker, which is a cold case that happened back in 2001. Even though the state said 2021, the state made a mistake. It's 2001. It's a cold case. Okay. There's an individual who is being charged and is on trial for this particular case. Okay. I know most of you guys know more than I do. I came about onto this case on last week, Monday, and I had to play catch up with you guys. Okay. You're in the front row. Yay, Cat. Oh, yes, I like front row students. Okay. The screen is black. Yes, the screen is black. Hold up, Trisha. Come on, Trisha. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold your horses. No interruption in the classroom, please. No interruption in the classroom. Okay. That's the one rule. Let's get some rules down in the classroom. No interruption. Okay. Stay on topic. Let's not go someplace left. Let's stay on topic with the classroom. Okay. All right. Now let me get back to what I was saying. We're here. We're going to be considered the 13th juror. Okay. Tomorrow is the deliberation. They start deliberating from Friday. They decided to go home because everybody don't want to be in court on a Friday evening, the day before Valentine's Day, trying to come up with some sort of verdict. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to start off the verdict fresh and new on Monday. Okay. If you guys have any questions in regard of some of the things that is burning question in your heart, just put a 1 in the chat, and then I will look at your question and I'll make a decision whether or not I want to answer your question. Okay. All right. Again, I want to thank my star student, CMT, for giving us this wonderful, what is this? This is a slide. She did it all the slide for us. So before we get into this, I want to know, here's my question. Did you hit the like button? Have you subscribed? And did you get a chance to share this? Okay. I want to know if you did all of these things right here. And if you didn't, let me know. I think the jury wanted to come back Monday so their acquittal won't be hidden on late Friday. All right. Yes, you did all that. Okay. All right. So since all of you guys have done all of this, and I'm trusting that you're telling the truth, right? You're not lying to me, are you? You're not lying, right? My students are not liars in here, are they? Are my students liars? All right. The next thing I want to tell you guys, there's ways to support this channel. In supporting this channel, you can do it in multiple different ways. You got Apple Pay, Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, Super Chat, anywhere you are. And also, of course, being here is a way of supporting this channel. Being here is a great way of supporting this channel. The more you communicate, the more you interact, it helps this channel to be pushed out in the algorithm. Okay. So that is one of the things that happens here. So thank you so much for your support. I want to give a shout out to Rosie. Rosie has already decided to support, and she's sending a Cash App. And when you guys hear this song here, that's a sign of appreciation, saying thank you for the donation that you have supplied. So this is for Rosie. Money, so much money. Thank you, Rosie, so much. I appreciate you. All right. Can we get started now, y'all? Can we get started with our presentation tonight? Can I get a 1 in the chat? Can I get a 1 in the chat to tell me that you guys are ready? All my students, everybody's in. Anybody came in class late? Everybody's here, right? I need a monitor in classroom. Do I need a star student to do a monitoring? Okay. All right. Everybody said thank you so much. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Minnie, Mimi. Two Mimis in here. Me, M-I and M-E. Okay. Thank you, Live. Thank you, CMT. Thank you, RMX. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, love, lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, everybody. Okay. All right. Can we get started? All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go to the opening for the fireman, Mr. Freeman Whitehead. Okay. This was on day one. He is the fire person who gave his testimony about the condition of the deceased, what things they took, and what happened. I know a lot of you guys are familiar with it, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to bring up a couple of points, okay? All right, so let's go ahead on and let me bring this in here. First time watcher here. Welcome, Britt. Welcome. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
To file a motion, and I've said many times that if the defense files a 412 motion, even though it's not timely, the court will consider it. There has been no motion filed. Mr. Cruz, you've been made aware many times that you are not to bring in this kind of statement. I mean, I realize I have said several times today that opening and closing arguments of the attorneys and arguments are not evidence, and I'm going to say it again when the jury comes out. But you've been told many times that in order to, I'm talking now, Mr.
Okay, do you believe, okay, I know we're off track right now with this park. I know it popped up on this particular spot. Wow, Mr. Cruz had a hard time. She was going in on him. I was not here for this part of it, but she was going in on him. All right, you guys are on it in there. Okay, let's go ahead on.
Cruz, thank you. You have been told many times that in order to present statements like that, ask for the admissibility of evidence like that, you have to file the proper motion. And the court may consider it even though it's not timely. As I just stated 10 minutes ago, I do find your statements to the jury to be avenues to circumvent 412. And it is not appropriate. I'm finding you in contempt of court. You have had the opportunity to explain yourself, and I'm fining you $1,000. And you are to present that $1,000 tomorrow morning by 9 a.m. Put it into the registry of the court. And that is my sanction for continuing to not abide by this court's orders. I don't know how many times we're going to have this, but it really can't happen again. $1,000 tomorrow morning by 9 o'clock. You may bring the jury up. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Look at Cruz's face. Look at Cruz's face. Look at Cruz's face. Look at Cruz's face, y'all. Look at his face. Woo! Look at his face, y'all. Did you see his face? He sat there just patiently. Did y'all see his face? Okay. All right, let's go. Aren't you glad there is jurors that's going to make this decision? Aren't you glad that it's not up to one judge? That's why I believe a lot of people take a verdict over one person. Imagine if she was the person that was going to make a decision. Do you know he would have been up the creek already? Do you know that? He would have been up the creek already. You said you would have had some cuss words. Oh my God, you guys are too much. Yes, because Cruz already got her orders. Yep. Yes, imagine if this had been a bench trial. It would have been terrible. I want to see her face when the verdict is not guilty. Okay, Trissa. Okay. All right. All right, let's go. We're gonna listen a little bit more of this. Guys, if you got time, let me know. Because tomorrow we don't go to court until 12:30. That's when the juror comes in. So it's 12:30 is when court starts tomorrow. So I just want to tell you that right now, 12:30. Oh, you said this is what Steele said that what Steele said is YSL, this is a communist Russia. I'm praying for not guilty, but I'm worried if it's a hung jury. Yeah, definitely. Could she overturn the jury? Says no, she can't do that. No. What a weird time. Okay, let me go ahead and play this. The jurors are coming in. All right, let me fast forward it a little bit.
By the attorneys are not to be considered as evidence. Mr. Cruz?
Thank you, brother. At the end of this case, when you go back home.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is opening argument. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. This is opening argument. CMT, did you mean to give me this one? Because I thought we were going to go over the testimony of the. Hold on a second. I thought we were going to go over the testimony of the fireman. Is this what you meant to send me? Okay, I just fast forward. I'm fast forwarding to the fireman testimony. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and put this in here now. No, those were just links if we needed them with the notes. Okay. I wanted to bring in the fireman's description of what happened, his assessment of the fire scene. Hold on. All right, we are there right now. Hold on.
I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that your testimony in the matter pending before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you can have a seat. Sir, I'm going to ask you to state your name and spell it for our court reporter, please.
Let's see which one is it.
David, D-A-V-I-D, Freeman, F-R-E-E-M-A-N.
Freeman, yes.
Sir, I'm going to ask you, back in 2001, how were you employed?
I was a firefighter at Athens, Clark County.
Okay. Can you tell the jury, please, just a little bit about your firefighting career with the Athens Clark County Fire Department?
I was generally assigned firefighting or driving the truck. I did both. When I say firefighting, I mean actually pulling the hose off and, fighting fire.
Okay. How long did you do that, sir?
26 years.
Was there a primary station that you worked out of in those 26 years?
Okay.
I worked in all of them at one time or another.
Just kind of generally
The best I can remember, because when we pulled up in the truck, you could see the fire in the left back of the house, and you could see the flames shooting through. So I had in my mind that when we went in, I was going to go to the left. Well, when we kicked the door in, you could see in the right back of the room, you could see red glowing.
And what did you do when you saw that red glowing?
We actually went to that area, which turned out to be the kitchen, which turned out to be all the eyes on the stove were on.
You say eyes, what exactly do you mean?
You know, the old coral type electric stoves.
Okay.
They were all on and glowing red.
He said the eyes of an electric stove was glowing red.
Did you notice anything about the knobs to the stove?
Did not have knobs on the stove.
Where were the knobs?
I can't. They were either on the counter. I don't think they were on the stove, but I think they were on the counter. They were taken off.
Did you yourself turn the stove off?
I believe I did. Yes, sir. I had to. I mean, I don't know if they were in the right place, but I put the knobs back on there and turned the stove off, and then. Well, you go ahead.
Okay. What'd you do after you turned the stove off?
Lieutenant was over. He was walking across the room back towards what now we know is the bedroom, but he told me, he said, open the back door to let some of the smoke out. So I had on my gloves. So I reached up to open the door and it was locked. So it was pretty warm in there. So I took my glove off and I opened the door. I believe it had a deadbolt.
Okay, he took his gloves off and opened the door. So do you think his fingerprint might have been on the doorknob? Aren't they not supposed to touch anything? So when they do like fingerprinting?
In a regular lock. So I opened the door, and at that point, the lieutenant said, come over here. So I had the nozzle.
Okay. You had the nozzle. He said, come over here. Where did you go?
I went from the stove kitchen area across what was the living room to what we now know was her bedroom, and that door was closed also.
What happened next?
We tried to open the door, and it was locked. So the other firefighter that was with me, I think Doug.
The door was locked. So the person locked the door behind them when they left the apartment. Locked the door where she was at because she was in the bedroom, right?
We actually kicked that door too. And, you know, I said, when he kicks the door, it's going to roll out, because I knew it was what we call rolling. It was.
When you say it's going to roll out, what are your...
The fire. The fire's going to roll out, because when we rolled up, we could see it burning through the roof. So I knew it was pretty intense. So when he kicked the door, I opened the nozzle, what we call Z'd it. I Z'd it down, knocked the fire down. And then they said, I hit it one more time just to kind of cool it down. And I had put my hand, we were just sitting there kind of watching it, make sure it didn't flare back up or flame up or whatever. And I always kept a big rubber band on my fire helmet, and I had a light stuck, up there in it. And I had my hand down on the floor, just kind of sitting there watching to see if it, smoke had banked all the way down in this room. And then I turned the light. When I turned my head, I looked down and I saw her at the foot of the bed. And
can you describe in detail what you saw?
So she was in the room, the locked room, at the foot of the bed. That's where he saw her at. Okay, the room was locked. Remember that.
There was a nude lady laying there. Almost looked like, you could tell she'd been in extreme heat. And she was also like a mummy, like she didn't look real. Her hair looked like her hair was intact, but it was.
So I know you said that she was on the floor. Do you recall how she was positioned?
she was positioned with her feet towards the door. Best I remember, we go in the door, the bed was to the left, and then she was at the foot of the bed, and then looked like the flames or the fire was on the bed.
So the fire was on the bed. Did you guys hear that? The flame was on the bed. All right.
Do you recall how her body was oriented up, down, otherwise?
She was face up.
Upon discovering the body, what did you do next, sir?
Like I said, we were trained just to make sure it doesn't flame back up or anything. And so Steve and I were still in the room, on the floor. And the lieutenant, which was Doug, he was standing at the door behind us. And he said, y'all don't touch anything, just make sure it doesn't flame back up and back out. So that's basically what we did. We got it cooled down, and then we backed out.
And after backing out, did you, and when you say Doug, is that Doug Whitehead?
Yes, sir. He was the lieutenant on the seat that day. He was their supervisor, you might say.
And you mentioned Steve. Is that Steve?
Steve, yes, sir. He was a firefighter also. He and I were on the back of the truck. We had a driver of the truck. We had Doug was a supervisor, lieutenant, and then we had two firefighters, Steve Shellnut and myself, were on the back of the truck.
And after y'all backed out of the room, did you turn the scene over to the police?
Yeah, we called, I guess they called the chief and the assistant chief anyway. The shift commander was already there. So I guess they notified police, and, it just kind of become chaos at that as everybody started showing up.
Okay, y'all, we got to play our music. Thank you so much, Britt, for the Cash App. Thank you so much. Here we go, y'all. Money, 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 so much money. You know what I'm going to do? So, folks don't want us to interrupt each time. So I'm going to save all of our donation to the end, and then I'll do a celebration for everybody at once, okay? So let's go ahead on and continue with the testimony of this firefighter.
And they wouldn't let us go anywhere. We had to stay there.
At any point, did you take notice of a screen to the back window in the house?
Yes, sir. When we got it cooled down, and I was just really, I guess I was in shock. I just went to the back door because I had two small daughters. I went to the back door kind of trying to collect my thoughts and whatever. And there was a window to the left side of the door, and the screen, I can't say if it was laying in the yard or if it was leaned up against the house, but the screen had been tampered with. You could tell where like if you take a screwdriver and try to pop it out, you can tell where it had been bent. It had been tampered with.
Hang on just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Freeman, those are all the questions I have for you. I have any questions.
Cross-examination, Mr. Cruz.
Yes, ma'am. May I move the podium, please?
Of course.
Good afternoon, Firefighter Freeman. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned the back door to the home. I just want to make sure I'm clear on this point. When you opened the door, did you have to unlock the deadbolt and the bottom portion of the door?
With no glove on. Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to say that based on your examination of the home, the doors were locked and there was no evidence of forced entry?
That would be correct. No forced entry to the doors. Like I said, the screen on the window, it looked like it had been tampered with, but no, there was no forced entry to the doors. No, sir.
Sure. Do you recall completing a interview with Firefighter report from January 19th, 2001?
The report that I had to write.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree, and if you don't know, you can say you don't know and I can show you. Would you agree that you were asked the question 29 in that report, were the doors locked when the first units arrived? Do you remember that question?
I really don't even remember the report you were referring to. I had to write a handwritten statement of what happened that day. Usually the supervisors make out the fire report.
Yes, sir. I am going to show you what I am marking as Defense Exhibit 1. Yes, sir. Thank you. Is it okay if I approach you?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Brittany. Britt.
Yes, sir. Were the doors locked when the first unit arrived? Yes, they were. Was any force of entry? I put no.
Yes, sir. You mentioned the window. I know that it's been 25 years since you responded to this scene. Do you recall what that window looked like at the time that you saw it?
It was could have been like a white, seemed like it was a white aluminum frame or vinyl window. It was 2 panes, top and bottom. Like I said, it was to the left of the back door.
Would you recognize that window if you saw it again?
Possibly.
I would like to show you what's being marked as Defense Exhibit 2 and Defense Exhibit 3.
Okay, y'all. After he's finished this line of testimony, we're going to go move on to our next slide. Okay. I just wanted to hear, because I didn't hear these testimony here. So I wanted to hear what the firefighter had said in regard to Tara and how he found her and things like that. So I just wanted to see, and also what evidence did they kind of gather before during the scene when the firefighters were there.
Thank you for your patience.
Yes, sir.
And to make sure I have this correct, this window was to the, if I'm facing the back door, it would be to the right. Is that correct?
Left.
If I'm facing, well, let me,
If you're coming in the front door,
okay, it's to the left. Is that
the
right?
window is to the window is to the left of the door that's on the right.
Excellent. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 2 and 3. Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize that image?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of the window as you viewed it on the day you responded to 160 Fawn Drive?
Is this the way I found it? Is that what you're asking? I mean, it was just.
Correct. Well, do you recognize?
I can't honestly say. I remember, as you can look at this and tell, it looks like it's been tampered with or whatever, but I can't honestly say that the screen was outside, was not on the window. I mean, over 26 years, I had numerous calls, and I can't 100% say that screen was off. I'm pretty sure it was, but I can't sit here and say, I know it was tampered with because I remember seeing this.
Yes, sir. Did you make any notations in the report I provided you? I believe that was Defense Exhibit 1, if I'm not mistaken, about the window screen.
No, sir.
Would you have any reason to say that those images have been altered in any way?
No, sir.
I'd like to show you Defense Exhibit 4. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize Defense Exhibit 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you recognize Defense Exhibit 4 as the screen at 160 Fawn Drive, well, the screen in the window at 160 Fawn Drive. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that a fair and accurate? Defense Exhibit 2 through 4, are those fair and accurate descriptions of?
Yes, that's looking at this is where I got the idea that it had been tampered with.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I would move to admit Defense Exhibit 2 through 4 into evidence.
Any objection? They are admitted.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
May I publish any?
May.
I want to thank you so much for your heroism. Those are my questions.
Any redirect by the state? May this witness be excused. Any objection?
All right, yeah, that is it for that witness. But I wanted to show you the other firefighter. Hold on a second. Let me show you his 1 second.
Has not even suggested that 403 is even in jeopardy.
The addicts.
Hold on a second. We're going to show the pictures of the.
All right, you all may be seated. Mr. Yalamanchili, you may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Grove, the question I asked you before we paused there was, do you recognize what is in slide 1 here?
I do.
Okay, and what is that?
It's figure 1 from my report. It's the front of the house. We would call that side A.
Okay, and so side A would be the front. Is that what you just said?
That's correct. And if you go in a counterclockwise direction, side B would be to the left, side C would be a clockwise direction. Side B would be on the left of the house, side C would be in the back, and side D would be on the right of that picture. When I look at that, what it's telling me is that there was some soot inside the attic space, and it was pressurized such that it pushed that soot out the soffit vents. On the front of the house, you can see soot stain on the brick, as well as a little bit on the gable vent on side D of the house.
Okay. And I'd like to take you to slide number 2. I guess it's technically slide 3 because the first one was a cover sheet, but we're going to go forward to that. Can you tell me what you see here?
So that's side C of the house or the rear of the house. There's a tarp over what is presumably a hole in the roof, as well as some damage to the soffit. And boarded up is the window to the room of fire origin.
And I'm going to go forward to the next slide. Can you tell me where this still image came from and also what you see here?
So this was a video that I was able to watch after I wrote my report. This is a screen capture from that video, and it shows a good view of the tarp. So clearly there's no ceiling in this room. The ceiling's collapsed, as well as some pretty extensive damage to the roof over the window in the room of fire origin.
And what do you see in the window itself?
So regarding the window, the glazing has been broken out in the top part of the window. It's intact in the lower part of the window.
All right. And I'm going to go forward to the here. What do we see here?
This is a sketch showing the house. The room of origin is in the upper left-hand corner, labeled bedroom number 3.
And this next image, what are we seeing here?
An interior shot of the room of fire origin from the perspective of the door. You can see that there's some collapse of the ceiling joists, as well as some pretty extensive thermal damage in the upper part of the room, including some consumption of the mattress.
Okay. And our next slide here, what are we seeing?
So that's a close-up view of the bed. You can see that the wood part of the frame, while it has some soot staining, is still pretty much intact. There's some gypsum wallboard from the ceiling that has collapsed onto the bed. There was some consumption of bedding materials.
Okay. And Your Honor, the next slide that we're going to show has some sensitive information on it.
All right.
And Mr. Grove, what are we seeing in this slide?
This is figure 6 from my report. It's the room of fire origin looking down at floor level. And what's important there is the lack of damage to the carpet, as well as all the generally combustible materials in that room. So it tells me while there was some heat damage to the upper part of the room, the upper part of the walls, the ceiling, we really didn't have a lot of fire damage down below. And so that tells me that that room did not transition through flashover. There was not a fully developed fire that was burning in that room for an extensive period of time.
Okay. And I'm going to go forward to the next picture, but then I do want to ask you some questions about some of the words that you just used in that response. I'm going forward to the next slide. The sensitive information has been removed from the screen.
So this is the range in the kitchen. And what's important here is that all 4 of the, what we call infinite control switches, or the knobs on the stove, are turned to the high position.
Okay. And backing up to something you said about the damage in the room, where it was significant, where it wasn't significant, you used the word flashover. Can you please tell the jury what that means as it relates to fire dynamics?
So a good definition that ATF uses and teaches our investigators is that it's a transition from a fire in a room to the whole room being on fire. And it's something that we as fire protection engineers really try to prevent when we design buildings, because post flashover conditions deteriorate very quickly. There's a lot of damage and a lot of threat to property and people, as well as making the job of a fire investigator pretty difficult.
Okay. And if we could, I know that we backed up a little bit. You had testified already about what you saw in this image. I'm going to take you forward to the next image. What are we seeing here?
So this is a close-up of the left front burner, and we see some burn material around the element.
All right. As it relates to the specific requests that you received in the request to assist in this case, were there particular questions or scenarios that you were asked to consider and test?
Yes, one of the hypotheses that was presented to me was that, and this is coming from Special Agent Will Perdue, that a blanket was taken out of the bedroom, placed on that element that was in the high position, and the element was used to ignite the blanket. And then the blanket was transported back to the room, to the bedroom, or the room of fire origin, to set the bed on fire.
Okay.
So that in itself says that this person took the time to do all this. And I mean, they were there for a while. This person was there for a while. Now, why would a stranger that don't know her, like Mr. Faust, stay there that long to cover up the tracks of the crime? Do you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't. They would just do the crime and keep going, right? But for someone to remove the knobs, right? To take the blanket and put it into the room, lock the room door, clean the windows, clean the door, take the keys, this doesn't wipe down, exactly, thank you, Britt, wipe down all the stuff in the home. Just clean up. It doesn't make sense. It has to be somebody that knows her, knows the roommate, knows the layout of the whole apartment, the house. Remember, we're the 13th jurors. We're putting these try to use common sense in this. I mean, it's not a random individual who don't know. A stranger would not do all this. This is an overkill. Overkill. We have to use common sense in this case here. Not just a DNA, and the way that the DNA thing, the mistakes, and I can't say you can trust that DNA evidence. I can't say you could trust it, because why did they have to go all the way to California to get that information? That stuff is not matching to me. It's not matching. All right, we're going to play this, and then we're going to...
And as it relates to kind of those two things that you just mentioned, I'll start first with the ignition of a blanket on a stove burner element. Is that something you tested?
It is.
Okay. And how did you go about testing that, given the information that you already knew from having received information about the investigation?
So we were told that the item that was most likely ignited was a chenille type fabric. So I did an internet search and purchased what I considered to be similar fabrics. I selected 3 different materials, synthetic materials like polyester, and then natural materials like a cotton, and I think a rayon, which is a bamboo type of fabric.
Okay. And as far that's the selection of the blanket. As far as the ignition on a stove burner eye, what did you do in order to test that scenario?
We ran 3 different types of tests, but regarding ignition, we cut the fabrics that I purchased into roughly 1 by 1 foot squares and then placed them on the burner. We laid them in a flat configuration, and then we also bunched them up and put them bunched up on the burner.
I'm going to go forward to this next slide. This is a cover sheet, but what does it say?
Range test.
Okay. And I'm going for range test. Would that be referring to the stove eye?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to go forward to the next slide. This is test A. What does that refer to?
So I label my tests A, B, and C. A is just the ignition test with the 1 by 1 foot square fabric samples.
Okay. What am I seeing?
A little bit, it's a little bit too technical for us. So that is that part of it. Let's go ahead on and move on to our, hold on a second. Let's go ahead on and move on to our learning. Let's move to the next one here. Okay, hold on. All right. Here is my question to you guys. I need you guys to put your rate between 1, strongly disagree, and 5, strongly agree. Okay. It says the prosecution proved all elements charges, malice murder, felony murder, grape, aggravated sodomy, burglary, arson, etc. And was it beyond a reasonable doubt? I need every single one of you guys to give me a number for your vote. Hold on a second. Let me remove the comment. Hold on. I need every single one of you guys. Oh my God. Wait a minute. I didn't even get a chance to remove it. Okay. You know what? Let me go ahead on and put the poll inside my thing to see. Let me do the poll. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. I need you to vote. We got 24 votes, and 8% says the state has proven its case. I want to hear from those who says the state has proven their case. Cat Hid, you put a 5. Cat Hid, you said that the state has proven its case. Okay, this is the second one. Hold on. I gotta stop it for a second. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hang on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, we were still on this one. Sorry. We were still on the first one. Sorry. The first one. The thing moved before I can stop it. Okay, the first one, you guys. Okay, now here's the second one. The second one is the defense Armand Cruz effectively challenged the state's case, highlighted investigative flaws, and presented strong alternative theories despite resting without witnesses. Do you strongly disagree or strongly agree? Okay, you did a 5. Okay, next question. I love this participation. You guys are great. Next question. Ready? Next question. It says the DNA evidence, semen/sperm matches from retested rape kit 1 in 800 quadrillion statistic strongly prove Edrick Faust committed the sexual assault and murder. Do you strongly disagree or strongly agree? Between 1 and 5. What is your vote? What is your vote on that question? Okay, Gary, you ready for the next question? You ready for great. Okay, ready for the next question. Next question. The lack of fingerprints, handprints, eyewitnesses, or clear evidence of entry/exit creates significant reasonable doubt about Faust being the perpetrator. Do you 1 strongly disagree, 5 strongly agree? The lack of fingerprints, handprints, eyewitnesses, or clear evidence of entry/exit creates significant reasonable doubt about Faust being the perpetrator. Okay. Good job, y'all. Next question. Okay. All right, before we get into it, I want to ask you guys, before we go, did you hit the like and did you hit the subscribe? I got to ask you guys again because I need to get into the algorithm because YouTube have been cheating me. YouTube have been cheating me. Did you guys hit the like button? Have you hit it? Have you hit the like button? You did. Okay. Did you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet? Do you like what we're doing right now? I love being a teacher. All right, let's go. The next set of questions for you guys. Yeah, I need y'all participation. Participation. All right, here we go. Evidence testimony regarding Chris Melton, ex-boyfriend, bruise/red hand days later, possible DNA match on body, relationship issues, raises meaningful question about the alternative suspect. Do you 1 strongly disagree? 5 strongly agree? Okay, 5. Okay. You guys are go ahead. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay. I see you guys. I see y'all. Okay, let's go to the next question. Everybody has voted already for this question? All right, my peeps. Let's go to the next one. Students, let's go. All right. Are y'all finished? Because I don't want to go to the next one. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance. All right, here we go. Next question. The original 2001 investigation and evidence handling, rape kit storage, scene prevention, untested leads appears reliable and free of major issue. Do you 1, strongly disagree, or 5, strongly agree? You said I read too fast? Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna read slow. Okay. The original 2001 investigation and evidence handling, rape kit storage, scene preservation, untested lead appears reliable and free of major issues. Do you agree, strongly agree, 1, or you strongly, oh, I messed up, sorry y'all. Do you 1, strongly disagree, or 5, strongly disagree? Which one do you believe? Is it free from any major issues? Thank you, Kelly, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Guys, remember at the end, this is when I'm going to thank everybody for their super chat, their Cash App, because I don't want to interrupt our flow, okay? I do appreciate you guys. Gotta play your music for you at the end, okay? You guys are great. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Their support is definitely needed because I can't do it without you guys. I can't do it without you guys. All right, let's go. So you strongly disagree, right? Everybody put in their vote already? All right, our next set of questions. Y'all ready? The arson/fire was conveniently linked to the killer versus possible separate accidental event. Do you agree, strongly disagree, or strongly agree? Okay. She says, Sylvia, any trials this week in Fulton? I'm flying in and want to see the judges and any trials happening. I don't know. I haven't checked Fulton in a while. Oh, there is a case. Hold on. Yes, it is. I'll give you some information in a second, Joe. I'll give you some information in a second. I'll tell you what courtroom and everything, okay? All right, just give me a moment. Do you strongly agree? Strongly disagree or strongly agree? The arson was conveniently linked to the killer versus possible separate accidental event. All right. Y'all got all say 5, strongly agreed. Okay. Number 5 is strongly agreed. All right. Next. Here we go. I need you to put the answer in the chat. What single piece of evidence, testimony, or argument most sway your opinion of this case and why? I'm going to put your answers on here. What single piece of evidence, testimony, or argument most swayed your opinion of this case and why? All right. DNA, she says, DNA saying that he did it or DNA saying that he didn't do it? Hands, Brooklyn said hands. He never entered the house, okay. No house, no Faust, okay. DNA, Melton's hand, okay. No house, no Faust. There's no proof that he was in the house, okay. The alternate suspect, Chris Melton, okay. DNA because it linked to Chris, okay. Chris testimony, okay. Hey Mel. Okay. Chris hand in his testimony. Okay. No proof entering the house. More evidence on Melton, not Faust. Okay. Definitely DNA and Melton alibi being debunked. Okay. GBI agent trying 7 times to get Chris to change his testimony. Change his statement to fit state timeline. Okay. He wasn't in the house. Okay. Chris demeanor on the stand. Okay. 25 years have passed. Brooklyn. Okay. Chris was not believable. Okay. Everybody's trying to protect Chris. Okay. There was video from the bank, but because it shows Chris' hands tore up, that's why they didn't get the video. Okay. Why now? Okay. Bank. Okay. She said, hey, okay. I hope we are on accurate reflection of the jurors and their thought process. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay. All right. That's the goal, to imitate the round table of the jurors. Okay. Chris going on a date and not going to the visual. Okay. Chris fake crying during testimony. Okay. I mean, every single piece of state evidence is either missing, swapped, or no explanation. There is not one piece of state evidence that is believable or points to Mr. Faust. Okay, Mr. Faust. Chris fake crying, but not crying when wait, hold on. Chris fake crying, but no crying when looking at her picture. Okay. We too, Ray. Okay. He looked at me when he left the courtroom and it was weird. Empty evidence envelope. Okay. Chris also said he didn't want to go to the house because he didn't want to see what he may have done. Okay. Okay. It says, see, we are mentioning every single part of the state case and none is believable. Okay. Well, Chris left the area, but Faust stayed. Tell it. I would have ran fast, LOL. Okay. All right, let's go to the next question. Thank you guys for responding. We're going to go to the next one. Okay. Our next question is, hold on. Y'all still answering the question? Hold on. We got to go back. Hold on. We got to go back for a second. Hold on. All right. Brooklyn says, I don't believe he bought diamond ring earrings. Okay. The DNA from Chris Melton was left within the most recent time. She didn't shower for days. Hard to believe. No video, but yet they reviewed it. Okay. State blatantly lying and closing an argument. Okay. From the bank. Okay. All right. Guys, okay, we're going to move on from that question. Hold off the answering that question. We move on. No more for that question. Okay, we're going to go to our next question. Our next question says, media coverage, online discussion, including X, Twitter, under hashtag Edrick Faust, remind mostly balanced and factual. Do you agree, disagree, 1, strongly disagree, or agree strongly, 5? Do you believe media coverage and online discussion, including X and Twitter under hashtag Edrick Faust, remained mostly balanced and factual? Remained false, balanced, and factual. Do you strongly agree or strongly disagree? You say 3. Okay. Someone named Cameron J, who has a podcast out of Athens, is the only one who I have seen pushing Faust is guilty. And he's out of Athens? I've seen more folks see the light than the dark. From what I've seen from Kat and Miss J, yes. Okay. Question. So I need to see that guy's podcast. The guy who's from Athens. If he's pushing it from Athens, we need to see what he's saying and why he said what he said. We need to see that guy's podcast. I need to go look at him. Cameron J. I gotta go look at his. Hold on a second. Cameron J. I don't see him. I don't see who he is. I don't see who he is, y'all. I don't see his channel. He has tweeted that he is good friends with Chris, and he knows Chris did not do this. Oh, he good friend. Oh, what? He's biased. He deleted me from his Facebook because I said we need to investigate the other suspect mentioned in the COD podcast. Oh, he deleted you? I don't see him. What's his do right about? God forbid an educated white law student might have a filthy kiss with a new interest man and shares a cigarette, or a dude on the way home from the library, mouth DNA. That's true. He blocked you? I need to know what is his name? Is because I just went into YouTube, and I can't pull him up. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay, we gotta continue our. See how y'all distract me, students? Students distracting the teacher. That is not cool, y'all. That's not cool. Y'all distracting the teacher by giving me information, and you know me, I'm my nosy butt. I gotta go check it out. Oh, his Classic City Crime. Oh, so this is the picture he has of. Hold on, y'all. I gotta show y'all something. Hold on. Look what I see. Look, y'all. Look. I want to speak to you directly from the heart today. He says, watching opening statements stirs a lot in me, and I feel a responsibility to pause, reflect, and share some context matter deeply as we move through this trial together. Melton was Sarah Baker's boyfriend. Because of the fact alone, he has lived under suspicion for more than 20 years. That is not unusual in this case. The boyfriend is always the first people looked. What matters is not that he looked at, but now how thoroughly he was examined and what the evidence ultimately show. I've admittedly been bothered by the online chatter. Here are some real truth. Chris was not ignored by the law enforcement as the defense tried to have folks believe. Instead, he was investigated for years. He was questioned repeatedly. He never hired an attorney, and he never refused to cooperate. His response was always the same. How can I help, and what can I do? Anything for Tara. That never changed. He had a solid alibi. The day Tara was murdered, he was at work, and multiple people were able to verify that. If police could have built a case against Chris, they would have. They did not, because the evidence did not support it. What did happen instead was something slower and more painful. Chris came to believe that the world, including Tara family, thought he was responsible for her death. Oh, so the family did believe he was responsible for her death. The kind of weight reshaped the person, though. Through the work of classic city crime, something important happened years later. Law enforcement publicly cleared him, and Chris and the Baker family were able to find their way back to one another. That reconciliation mattered more than the word can say. On Monday, the defense chose to display Chris' photo throughout their opening statement as an alternative suspect. I will be honest with you. That was hard to watch. Chris lost the woman he loved. In his grief, he punched the wall after learning she was gone. People who knew him, including Tara's family, would have noticed injuries that night of her murder. They did not. Grief leaves marks that violence does not, even when those marks are visible. I also want to talk about memories. Over the years, some small details of Chris' recollection have changed. There is being framed as suspicious. It is not. It is human. Imagine being repeatedly asked to recall the worst day of your life and still processing shock and trauma. Imagine being questioned after being pressured into identifying the body of the woman you love. Imagine doing that while under a cloud of suspicion for her family and friends, through no fault of theirs own. No fault of theirs. Memory is not recorded. It is reconstructed every time we revisit it, especially when trauma is involved. That is true for all of us. Opening statement is not evidence. They are narrative. Evidence comes later. This process is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and things will come out as the days unfold. Chris has remained one of the closest friends throughout the 5 years, my closest friend throughout the 5 years journey of telling Tara's story. I know his character. I know his heart. I believe his innocence fully and without hesitation. I ask you to always watch carefully, listen closely, and let the evidence speak for itself. Please remember that real people carrying real trauma are sitting in a courtroom as this story is told. Put yourself in their shoes. Hold on, y'all. My mom calling me. Hey, lady. No, I didn't go to sleep. I'm on computer right now. Can I call you when I finish? Okay. Sorry, y'all. So that is. So I hope he ended up watching the whole case. Armand says, I went to law school with Tara and I grew up with Chris. Not 1 second did I suspect Chris. Chris was a gentle giant. We played football together, athlete, blah, 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 blah. I don't know Chris. I met him on 2000, once in 2000, 2001. I've been following the trial. While I am developing a list of unanswered questions, not once has anything anyone said made me think it was him. The alternative theory. All right. Thank you so much for saying he wasn't he at work in another town? Beautiful said. Okay. What evidence? Empty evidence. Melissa came in and she said, what evidence? Empty envelope. The state is trying to sneak evidence in her hair that was not found and was not African American hair. I'm not saying that it was Chris, but I don't think it was a defendant either. Georgia is most famous for this. I am heartbroken for the family having to go through this, and I am sure being lied. Go back and forth, watch the BS, and they pulled on the family in the YSL case. Praying for years of justice. Okay, well, what this guy says. She was found on the floor. Her hair loves and lives in carpet. It could have been her own. The evidence will come up. I believe it will resolve. No, sir. That was a week ago you said that. Praying for years of justice for Tara and her family, strength, get through the horrific tragedy. God wins in the end. Okay, let's see. They said opening statement made him mad for Chris. I want to see what he says now. This is a week ago he posted this. Yeah, I want to see what he says now. He hasn't said anything lately? All right, so we're still going at it. He pretended to be three, four different people in line. It looks like others and a lot of him. Okay, Kat says he's still going at it, and I think he pretended to be 3-4 different people online, so it looks like others and not just him thinks Frost is guilty. Okay. So what I've been thinking all along, okay? Yes, Kat, make a lot of sense. Yes, he did post. Of course, if you knew him for years, you're going to stand up for him. Jury will be back within 2 hours, correct, unbiased, unless with the incorrect, unbiased verdict. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go back to our classroom setting. Let's go to the next question. All right. That was a media question. Next question is, all right. Did any unusual event, i.g. family protests, contempt issues, closing argument, objection, judge, prosecutor interaction stand out as concerning or noteworthy? Put your answer in the chat. Did any of that put something in your mind about this case? Yeah, they said they railroaded him. First case she solved. Come on. Okay. Not all of the above. Okay. DNA, no house, no false. All of the above. Okay. Any more answers? All right, let's go to the next question, guys. Come on, class. It's almost time for class to be on. All right, before we get into more, have you shared, like, and subscribe? Okay, let's go. Because I don't plan on being here all night with you guys. Okay, don't forget to support the channel through these means right here. All right, let's go to next. The 23-year plus delay in 2024 DNA retesting, represent fair, modern, cold case justice per Coleman / Baker Act effort. Do you agree, strongly agree, or strongly disagree? 1 for strongly disagree and 2 for strongly agree. All right. Next question. Next question. Claims of investigative shortcomings, racial bias, inadequate early suspect vetting. Sorry. I'm talking too fast. Claims of investigative shortcomings, bias, a racial bias, inadequate early suspect vetting, IG boyfriend, or framing someone vitally based on what was presented. Validity. Oh, y'all, my sinus is bothering me now. Do you 1 disagree strongly or 5 strongly agree? All right, next one. We're gonna keep. We gotta go. The defendant received full due process and a fair trial overall. Do you 1 strongly disagree? 2, 5 strongly disagree. Agree. I'm sorry. I'm messing up. Okay, defendant received full due process and a fair trial overall. 1 strongly disagree. 5 strongly agree. That was me that messed you up, Mimi. I'm sorry. That was me. My bad, y'all. I'm just reading. My eyes getting tired now. Let's go. Next one. Next question. In your view, was Chris Melton or any other person adequately investigated, eliminated as an alternative suspect? Yes. 1, 2. No. Give me your answer on that one. In your view, was Chris Melton or any other person adequately investigated, eliminated as an alternative suspect? All right, great job. Next question. Based only on what you have observed, what verdict do you predict or would you personally render on the primary malice murder charge? 1, guilty. 2, not guilty. 3, hung jury likely or undecided. Put it in the chat. And if you want to answer it, you can put a super chat in there and we will answer your question. Okay. All right, next question. All right, ready? Try watch question. You ready? Put ready in the chat if you're ready. Here's a trial watch question. You ready? Trial watch questions. Y'all ready? Tell me you're ready. Put it in ready if you're ready. You ready? Okay, let's go. Don't forget to support the channel. All right. How many times will the jurors ask for clarification on instruction or wording? Put your guess in the chat. How many times will the jury ask for clarification on instructions or wording? You say 3, Mel? None. Gloria says. Tam says no. Success says 2. CMT says 4. Kristen. Christina says, none. Kat said none. Taurus says 2. Mimi said none. Naughty Lynn said 2. Dat says 1. Bad says 5. Kat says none. Sherry says 1. Okay. Good question. All right, let's go. Next question. Ready? How many hours or days do you expect deliberation will last, and why? Put your number in the chat. How many days do you think deliberation will last, and why? How many days do you think deliberation will last, and why? Come on, y'all. We gotta go. We gotta go. Come on. How many days? 8 hours or 8 days? I hope not 8 days. 2 hours, verdict come back by 3:30. Okay, Tam says 8 hours for the judge to make them. Okay. Wednesday. Oh, you said to Wednesday? 3 hours. Sherry says less than an hour. Oh, 2. There's a lot of charges. 3 hours, 5 hours, 1 day, Miss Richard says. 3 days, 5 hours. They flesh. Okay. 1 day, 4 hours just to appease the state. Okay. She said, F the state. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay, let's do the next question. Ready? Next question. If the jury report being hung, how long do you think the judge will push to continue deliberation before declaring it? Two hours, 1 day. Just hate the crew. Awesome closing. That cruise awesome host had to wait over a weekend. The impact is dwindling. All right. If she wants her career to last, get her pension not long. You know what? You guys are crazy. You guys are too much. Oh, I'm not gonna read some of y'all messages. I'm not gonna read some of y'all because y'all try to get my butt in trouble. I am not reading some of y'all messages. All right, y'all ready for the next one? Next question. All right, which count feels the weakest? Which feels the strongest? Which count is the weakest, or which feel is the strongest? 1, malice murder, felony murder, rape, sodomy, assault, arson, concealing of death of another, tampering it with evidence, possession of a knife. Which one? Sherry said none. None, Tammy says. None, Mel says. All week, Success says. None, Serena says. None. All of them, Taurus says. None. Okay. So you think all of them are strong, Taurus? You said all of them. All of them are strong? Christina says all week. The strongest is the state. You know what? You going in timeout. I'm gonna tell you right now. You, Stomp and Company, you going in a timeout. You going in timeout. You trying to get the teacher in trouble. You I always got to have a bad student in the classroom. I gotta have a bad student in the classroom. Oh my God. She's going into detention. Look at her. The Western Judicial System Circuit already got called. Oh my God. She is bad. Terrible. Just terrible, I tell you. Oh my God. You know what? Let me go to the next question. Next question. All right. What evidence do you believe the jury will ask to review again? The video, testimony, exhibit, timeline, etc. Which one? Oh God. Oh God. UGA First Amendment clinic founded to violate my First Amendment. Oh God. Stumps and company. Lots is gonna fine crew another $1,000 when they celebrate, dance, and scream after not guilty. You know what? Oh my God! Look at this one. Look at what she just said. She says these tricks question because I'm praying that the juries have brains. Oh my God. Okay. His interview says, what? Me? A warrant for me? Okay. Can we go to the next question? Next question. All right, here we go. Numbers. Next question. Is there a specific piece of evidence they may hang on during deliberation? Which piece of evidence you think they're going to? I think it's going to be the DNA stuff. The strongest is Chris Milton's lies. You know what? You guys are terrible. You guys are terrible. Oh my goodness. Did she go again? Let me see if I need to keep my stuff. Yeah, the money they got for the Vegas. Who in the world do I have in this chat? Okay. All right. Next question. Okay, yeah, answer the question. Trying to calculate in 100 quadrillion and convert it to a billion people. Oh gosh. Oh God. Q-tip mislabel. Bank timeline. Okay. Drainage. The DNA. Okay. All right, next one. Which witness was most impactful and why? Which witness was the most impactful and why? Which witness was most impactful and why? I never say the word drainage again. Stump said Milton because he told on himself. Oh God, he told on himself. Oh God, I think the most is them crossed the fireman because he the one told the truth. Okay. Do you know how many family doctors got dad's drainage question this past week? Oh, he still lives in pain. He still lives in the pain. Y'all, this is not a comedy class. What is going on in this classroom? This is not a comedy class. People are gonna get mad at me because y'all got me cracking up in here. Y'all got me cracking up. They're gonna be saying, they'll be like, what is going on with her? All right, let's go to the next question, class. Let's go to the next question. All right, next question. This is a funny game show. You know, I'm gonna beat her tail. You know what? Stop. I go to the backyard and get a switch because I'm gonna get a switch. You go get your switch so I can beat you with it. Go get the switch. It's gonna be teacher abuse. Go get a switch from the backyard right now. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. Next one. Okay, we did that witness already. All right, next. All right, what was the biggest aha moment What was the biggest aha moment? What was the biggest aha moment for you? Go watch Crew ask why he wasn't crying with the tears. The class is officially out of their seats and good to hear you laughing. Crew asking him where's the tears. Chick-fil-A breakfast on the heels of Lakin, Riley, and Gonzalez. Okay. Chris admitted he did it. Okay. When Chris said the mess he made. Okay. I will definitely have to go watch it again. Okay. When it was mentioned he was no fingerprint card. There was no fingerprint card. Melton saying the destruction he caused. Stomp said it. I'll laugh him up, but that was the bomb. Crew dropping the bomb of confession. Cruz really got him with that one. Listening Liz interview with Chris. Josh still wandering around the courthouse. Courthouse. Not just wandering around the courthouse. You guys are crazy. What is going on? Oh, it's Lakin Riley aftershock teacher. Okay. I gotta hear that part again when Chris said the mess he made. How many times did he tell you I haven't seen her in 10 days? When Cruz said it was Russia. When the judge find a defense attorney, I was like, aha, I knew she was biased. Okay. Another one bet you can't tell the difference between male and female DNA. Oh my God. When it let it in, Lisa. When it let it in, Lisa. Keep letting it all in. When Cruz identified that the DNA was not sperm, but the state wanted to keep it as it was. There was drainage. Great one at success. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to the next question. The court reporter the transcription even said that Chris said the destruction I caused because Cruz was the person Lisa called out from contacting the court reporter. Yes, drainage. The biggest one was for me, those empty envelopes. Melton hair. You know what? Oh my God. Not the hairline. All right, let's go to the next question. Oh my God. Y'all got me crying over here. What moments do you think the jury will remember most when voting? What moment will you think? Is Jessica burying you? Amber, you just come into class. You late to class, Amber. Amber, you late to class. I didn't see you in here earlier. That means you might have to get detention for being late to class. You were late, Amber. Cruise closing. Okay. All right. Anybody else? How Melton's hairline ran for the How Melton hairline ran for the hills. He ran out of. You know what? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Chris trying to squeeze out tears. No breaking to Tara's home for the person to had to have keys. I'm telling y'all, we don't railroad innocent black men and otherwise. Chris fake crying made a big mess. Mimi, I agree. Cruz closing hit every point. Cruz asking about the crying. Objection. Pamela. You just got it here, Pamela. Bingham saying we got to do what we got to do to fix this. The defense attorney objection and the judge degraded him in public. Sylvia, are you able to go to court tomorrow? Yeah, I'm going to court tomorrow. I'm gonna be there. Trying to make us think Tara didn't take a bath in 10 days. That was kind of terrible, wasn't it? Cruz closing had me standing with my hands in the air. Oh yes, sweet. You know what? Stomp, you are so bad. You are so bad. No house, no Faust. Yippee! Cruz had the juries participating in his closing. Let's go buy you breakfast. Let's go. I'll buy you breakfast. Okay, Corey. Thank you. Corey's gonna buy me breakfast, y'all. I missed what the outburst was during the closing. Okay, I'll tell you what the outburst. The outburst came from the people in the audience when the state tried to say something that Cruz did not say, and it had to do with the what part again? Somebody reminded me yesterday. Oh. Something about the hairs, right? Something with the hairs, right? When Cruz asked about you getting help from them because you looking over there. Oh, yeah, he did say that. I've been missing a fun class detention observed. Okay. Corey, cool. Such a fantastic closing for the young lawyer, big career ahead. Yes. Hair in her fist. Yes, that was it. Her hair was in the fist because he didn't say that. He said Caucasian hair versus Melton hair. Yeah. Yep, that was it. Thank you, guys. All right, let's go to the next question. Okay. All right, next question. What reasonable doubt issue is hardest to ignore? What reasonable doubt issue is hardest to ignore? So like some public hair get into a booty and no semen evidence. That the podcast talk about the attorney. DNA never stated semen. Missing hair. When the DA tried to attack Cruz credibility being defense lawyer. DNA, all of them. DNA, the classic city podcast crime. There's no evidence of connect false at all. He wasn't in the house. Chris DNA and hair everywhere. Chris, tell your theory. Chris semen on Tara's anus, mouth, and body. I can't pick one. RD, all state case has RD. No DNA in the house. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, before we get more into it, can you please hit the likes, subscribe, and share. We need to get our butt in the algorithm, okay? Y'all gonna help me get there. Let's go. All right. Don't forget to support the channel with the Venmo. There go my how-to, okay? Like, subscribe, and trial coverage. I'm going to the bank after her death, and exactly. He went to the bank right after her death. Okay, let's go to go get a loan. All right, let's go. Ready? 1 or 2. Do you feel justice is being railroaded here? Yes. 1, 2, no. Do you feel justice is being railroaded here? 1, yes. 2, no. Do you feel justice is being railroaded here? All right, let's go to the next question, students. Let's go. All right, next question. What red flag stood out that suggests tunnel vision or confirmation bias. What stood out to you as a red flag for tunnel vision and confirmed bias? What stood out to you? The Western Judicial Circuit. Bingham. Oh my God. What else? Who else? What else? Liz, Lord have mercy. Okay. All of them. Liz told Chris to change the story. Boyfriend entitled to Tara's body. Ooh. When the judge fined the attorney $1,000 in opening. Okay. The fact that they believe Chris and even took him to the crime scene. The judge constant degrading or belittling, etc. Liz, not lizard, denied. Okay, Lisa, not lizard. Oh Lord, not lizard. Lord. Why did I read that one? Her saying Melton is the boyfriend, therefore his DNA should be here. Okay, be in her. Okay, Liz had an alibi, and Liz asked many other comments. Okay. Said that Chris DNA on her for 10 days and she has taken a bath that morning because her hair was wet. Black expert says she tested no semen yet. Closing point PowerPoint for state says tested semen. All right, pretrial ruling too. Okay, Cruz knew his case better than the prosecution and can't catch the break. Okay, Chick-fil-A breakfast. Okay, then spending more time telling us why Chris was not guilty and telling us why Faust is guilty. Yes, it's tunnel vision, but 100% corruption. He brought his daddy to the police station. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next question, y'all. Next question. Next question says, if convicted, what do you think the strongest appeal will be? What would you think the strongest appeal would be if convicted? All right. We're going to move over to the next question. If acquitted, what part of prosecution failed? Double hearsay, okay. Unfair trial, okay. Even when his wife was hospitalized, he came correct. The shutdown defense case. What, if acquitted, what part of prosecution failed? Career motivation and huge dollar thrown at the cold case under Tara's name. All of it they put down in here. Everybody saying all of it. All right. Yes, all. Liz testimony regarding Chris interview. They put Melton on trial because he didn't have the facts about Faust. They didn't ask them to bring a better suspect. Bring in the case against Faust with no evidence. No real eyewitness. Why put people up there to say I saw a black man walking? I can't even spell or pronounce. I can't even say it either. So that's why I don't even say the man's name. I have thought about Mr. Faust all weekend because I know it's so nervous. Okay. They didn't prep Melton better. Political pressure to get the first cold case solved. All right, let's go. Next question. Is your verdict in tomorrow's yes or no? Guilty, acquitted, or hung? All accounts partial. I don't know what that one is. CMT. All right. Okay, before we go, y'all, did you hit the like button? Not guilty. Okay, no one can. He seemed to decent, but Need the cold case, not guilty black man walking down the stop. Let the acquitted. Okay, let's go. Before you go, please, pretty please, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to share. Okay, again, this is my way of supporting this channel to help me to get to the courthouse, to pay for the parking and all that wonderful stuff. This is all my way of helping a sister out. Okay. And thank you guys again. And let me go ahead and give some kudos to those who have joined us. Shout out to Britt, who became a member today. Welcome, Britt. Woo! Welcome, Britt. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get my clapping thing here going on. Hold on. Let me get my clapping. Hold on. Let me do my sound. Hold on. Welcome, Britt. All right. Next, we will thank those who supported financially. We want to say thank you to Kelly for your super chat. Kelly. So much money. Okay, we thank Nosy Rosie for Cash App. Money, so much money. Money, so much money. And then lastly but not least, again, Britt for us Cash App. Thank you, Britt. Money, so much money. So much money, so much money. All right, thank you everybody for your time, and don't forget tomorrow I will be at court. Court starts at 12:30 tomorrow. I will be there. Am I in Athens? I will be in Athens in the morning. Yes, I will be there in the morning. What time it starts tomorrow? 12:30 p.m. How often do you go live? How much to join your channel? I think it starts at $2 or something. I think it's $2.49. I think for a membership. Starts at $2, I think. Will you put your link up one more time? Okay, you want me to put that other link? The way to finance? Okay, hold on. Hold on. There we go, right here. You took my this right here. That's what you asked me for. Is that what you asking me for? What time the door open for the room? I think it opens at 12 o'clock. Tyler, are you planning on coming with me tomorrow? Are you planning on coming with me? Are you riding with me? Are you going to ride, baby? Ride, baby. Let's ride. Oh, you may pop up. Okay. So you want to pay for parking over there too? Remember, it's parking. Take my emergency. Yes, I am definitely going to take my Zyrtec and my emergency. You'll meet me there? Okay. I'll take my Zyrtec and my emergency. I will be there to guys. Thank you for allowing me to follow my dreams of being a teacher. So this is what I like to do. I like to do student stuff like this. This is the kind of stuff that I love doing. Interaction and having my students, not kids. Oh my God. Can't wait. All right, guys. Let's see. I will seriously buy you breakfast and discuss this case with you tomorrow, President Day. Okay, I'll be there early, Corey. I'll be there early. You wonder how long it will take? I don't know. How long it would take to get there? Anyone who wants to meet up. I'm going to be going live on my ride there, so you'll know when I'm there, Corey. All right, guys. It's been wonderful, guys. It's been really, really wonderful to be here with you guys. You got my parking. Ooh. Corey got my parking. Yay. Ooh. Thank you, Corey. From my understanding, the jurors are going to go straight to the back when they get in. The jurors going to go straight to the back. Yeah, this was definitely great. Shout out to CMT. She is the one who did the PowerPoint for us to slide it in there for us to get there. So shout out to CMT. She's my guru of the content preparation. Okay, she's my guru. And anybody who have any questions or any cases you want me to look at, that's my email, sparks1565@gmail.com. If you have any kind of questions or anything like that, you guys are welcome to email me. And if I don't get back with you, just email me again, because I get so many emails all day long. So please don't think that I'm ignoring you. It's just that it takes a long time for me to get through them. All right, guys. I love you guys. Remember. We're here we're not jurors. We're just people who are concerned about the things that's happening in our community. We want your voices to be heard. And that is why we're boots on the ground. And there's a big difference from watching it on the screen. You want to do a shout out to Kobe? Wait, hold on a second. Where's Kobe? Kobe's in the room. His mama's in the room with him today. He can't even sing. Hold on. Let's see. Let me see where Kobe at. Hold on. Let me go get Kobe for you. Hold on, Pam. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. We gotta get Kobe because he gotta come in here and sing for y'all. Hold on. Yeah. They want to get Kobe sing. Okay, Pam, we gotta do Kobe another time. Dallas said she just laid him down, and he's chilling now. He can't. It takes him a while to get calmed down. So we'll do to Kobe another time. Okay, Pam. All right, Pamela, we'll do that for next time. All right, guys, we're about to go now. You guys have a great night. And those who are new to my channel, we've been doing different things. We do calls, we do FOIA requests, and members, we have a new book that we're getting ready to start for our membership. And those who want to participate in our membership, it starts at, I think, $2 and something. And it's on both channels. So you guys have a great night. I love you guys. May God bless you and keep you safe. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Have a great night. Bye, y'all.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign and joys we'll go gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign and joys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment